I know it's been a while. I've been on and off this website, and I'm been out sick for a while with a few medical issues. So I've just been not really interested in doing YouTube videos, but I want to get back at it. I plan on continuing my once saved, always saved correction of those people who deny once saved, always saved. But I want to start into this video here. So there was a question asked, which this guy's answer, I didn't ask the question, but this guy's answer piqued my interest. In here, I'll show my face here. Hello. So the question that was asked was, why do you believe in medicine? And then William Perkins, it's public, so I'm fine with giving his name. Which you later see he disabled my content, disabled me from commenting, and I think it's because I called him out and proved him to be incorrect. But I'll go to his reply then later. So he said, why would I believe in medicine? That's retarded. Medicine is based on science, evidence, facts, and research. No belief involved. I trust my doctors to know this stuff. Again, no belief involved. And then I asked him, so you believe your doctor? The definition of believe is to trust something as true or feel certain that it's a fact. So your doctors must believe in the medicine that it works, and that you believe your doctor to be correct. You trust your doctor, it's the same meaning. And then his response, no, I trust my doctor because they know. That is why I didn't use the word believe. People believe all sorts of stupid things, like stupid fictional, undetectable deities. I notice you cherry-picked your definition par for the course for those that are try and rationalize make-believe. So, and then he sent me this picture, or he attached this picture, rather. And up here is also the definition. This is the Oxford Language Dictionary, and this is the Merriam-Webster Dictionary. There we go, right at the bottom there, Merriam-Webster. So let's look at the definitions, both Oxford 1 and 2, and then Merriam-Webster 1 and 2. Sorry, there's a bee flying around. So this is the definition for belief. 1. An acceptance that a statement is true or that something exists. 2. Trust, faith, or confidence in someone or something. He has trust in his doctor. That's literally the definition. Trust and believe are the same. So that's regarding the definition that I was giving, paraphrasing for, which he says I cherry-picked, which I didn't, as you'll see. And then his, that's highlighted right here. A feeling sure that someone or something exists or is true or trustworthy. So a feeling that someone is true or trustworthy, or a feeling sure that something exists or is true or trustworthy. And then, it gives the examples of belief in Santa Claus, a belief in democracy, and then 2, something that one thinks is true, which is what I said in my comment. So let's go back. And then he continues, I don't rely on feelings whenever possible. Feelings are deceptive. But the definition he gave me, yes, it says feeling sure, which will go into what all those words mean as well. No, my doctors know the science behind the medicine they practice. That's why they went to school. So I trust they know what they are doing. No belief necessary. Trust is literally the definition of believe, as we went over. And like right here, 1, 2 of Oxford language. Right here, trustworthy, or think something is true. So literally, he is contradicting himself while he is trying to disprove what I'm saying about the word believe. He continues, I choose not to deal with belief or feelings. I prefer to know. Belief is almost as useless as faith. Well, it's the same thing. As we go over, the same applies to your stupid God claim. I didn't make a God claim. Unless he's referring to my answer, where I said there's evidence. But here, he didn't mention anything, and I didn't say anything about God, so I don't know what he's referring to. I don't just not believe in it. I know it is BS, as certainly as I know Santa and Zeus doesn't exist. Okay. Excuse me. Okay, so then I said, you made a few truth claims there. Oh, look at that. But I doubt you'll even be interested in trying to prove your claim, such as, God doesn't exist. But I didn't want to get into that. I wanted to stay on point of the word believe and what it means. And then, so I continue. You said you trust your doctor. Look at the first definition, or the second definition, so number 2 and the one that's not highlighted, that you provided in your picture towards the top, which would be right here. So that means believe. Trust and believe are the same thing. You're arguing in circles. You are proving my point with your picture, with the screenshot. You have trust in your doctor. You believe your doctor. Just what I said, believe and trust are the same thing. That's because the definitions say the same thing. They are the same thing. You can try to spin it any way you want, but you only end up contradicting yourself. Even number 1, so I'm going back to the one he wanted to focus on, the one that's highlighted. Even number 1 of the definition towards the top, I'm sorry, this is still towards the top. You trust what your doctor says. You believe what your doctor says. Great example you gave. Your doctor went to school for it. Therefore, you trust him, which also means you believe him and what he says. And he said that himself. No, my doctors know the science. This is him. Behind the medicine they practice. That's why they went to school. So I trust they know what they're doing. No belief necessary. It's the same thing. So again, your definition that you want to go with backs up what I said. You trust your doctor. Again, your definition that you want to go. Okay, what you said, and even in number 2 of the one you highlighted goes hand in hand with what I said. I don't know why you're trying to argue against the fact that you actually believe things, and I'm not saying any of this out of spite. I'm just, a lot of people, or especially atheists, who like to answer these questions and say things, claim a lot of things, in mockery. They seem to think the word believe doesn't apply to things outside of religion, or even if you're like just daily knowledge, or not daily knowledge, daily things you do. Believe a floor you walk on. You trust you have faith in your own skills, even though they might not always hold up. Same as doctors. They might not always have the right answer, but you still trust them. You believe that their expertise, like this guy. And then, lastly, your doctor went to school, and that's why you feel sure or confident that you can trust him. Now let's look at what sure or confident means, because it is actually mentioned in one of these definitions here. The one he highlighted. A feeling that sure that someone or something exists or is true. So I wanted to use the Merriam-Webster dictionary. There you can see it. Because that's the definition that he wanted to focus on with his screenshot. So the definition of sure is marked by or given to feelings of confident certainty. B, characterized by a lack of weight or hesitation. And then 2, admitting of no doubt. Okay, confident, full of conviction, having or showing assurance and self-reliance. And now let's go to assurance, which is again Merriam-Webster dictionary. 1, the state of being assured, such as a being certain in the mind. B, confidence of mind or manner. Easy freedom from self-doubt or uncertainty. And then 2, at the bottom, it says something that inspires or tends to inspire confidence. So all of these have to do with the same thing as the definition of believe. You have confidence something is true because of whatever reasons, like the doctor thing. They went to school for it, so he trusts his doctor because he went to school for it. But that doesn't mean the doctors are always right. Same as scientists. He doesn't agree. I'm sure he doesn't agree with creation scientists or pseudo-science doctors, or there's all sorts of fields out there, whether it's fields of medicine, astronomy, geography, and just because those scientists went to school for it does not mean one of them is right or wrong. I mean, you can have trust in them because of their credentials, but certain scientists or certain doctors, I'm sure he won't trust even if they went to school for it. So it's not so he's having faith. Going to school doesn't make someone correct, is what I'm getting to. And if he puts his trust in a scientist or his doctor because they went to school, that doesn't mean the doctor's correct and that his trust in his doctor is true, or what his doctor is going to say is true. It doesn't follow that way. But he believes because he has confidence because his doctor went to school. That's why he trusts and believes in his doctor. Now let's look at his response. Okay, I reloaded the new comments that showed up. So this is what he says. Carpentry of make-believe. Oh, that's funny. Because my username is Carpentry of God. So, I know your fictional sky Santa isn't real. Here's how. Alright, so let's see what this is. Ooh, I think my head's in the way here a little bit. I don't know what this is a picture of. But it starts as, great question. I know deities don't exist the same way you and I know Santa, Zeus, and the Tooth Fairy and vampires don't exist. First, there's no good evidence for any of this make-believe. Second, if any of this fiction actually existed, well, fiction can't exist because it's fiction. So that's a contradiction statement there that he made. There would be an abundance of good, compelling evidence. Well, then it wouldn't be fiction. So yeah, I think he's just trying to do a personal attack. So this is my first time reading this, so this is my just reaction to this. Let's see. And there is none. Well, there definitely isn't just none. There's a lot, actually. And I have it on my YouTube video. I have it on this web page. It's actually one of my main answers. I actually made a layman's thesis regarding the supernatural in general, but I also have information on Jesus and other biblical findings. Alright, third, never in human history has any mystery of nature or question of science been explained by magic. Well, what does he mean by magic? Does he mean the supernatural? Make-believe or the supernatural. I just gotta keep reading. That's not true either. Let's continuing. This reasoning and utter lack of good evidence works for Wolverines, leprechauns, and God claims. Not quite. Alright, a bonus point is, if a loving, caring, benevolent, all-powerful, knowing, and present God, who is personal and cares about what we do day to day exists, it has some serious explaining to do for all the needed pain and suffering in the world. Alright, I like these kind of arguments because they're very poor. So, child, cancer, ape, murder, war, famine, natural disasters, etc. So, this is probably someone who doesn't understand scripture or free will or how sin affects the world. It is as if there is no God. Not quite, because there's also miracles that happen. And there is medical evidence for these miracles, which Testify YouTube channel is doing a video series on this right now, so I'd watch that. This is a brutal indictment. I don't know why I can't pronounce the word. Make fun of me in the comments. For this kind of deity not existing. I can't establish that some deistic god that got things started, then stepped away and is not personal and caring exists. But there is no good evidence that this type of god does exist, so it might as well not exist. Wait, what? That doesn't make any sense. That's a logic. That does not make sense. That's a poor reasoning. Hope that helps. Be well. So I don't know if he wrote this or he just took a screenshot of it. Let's go back to what he has to say. And I'm trying hitting view more comments and there are none. But this is what he says at the end. The excuses you give for your make-believe would work for the flying spaghetti monster, and why be a coward? Evidently, the truth hit a chord. What? I don't know what he's referring to. Well, this whole thing about God is kind of off topic, because I was just talking about the definition of the word believe, and that he actually believes. So I don't know if he's having a different discussion. He forgot what he was talking about, but what he said at the end makes no sense. The excuses you give for your make-believe would work for the flying spaghetti monster, but I didn't make any excuses, and I didn't talk about God at all. I mean, in this video I somewhat did, but in the comment to him I didn't. And I'm only replying to him or making this video because I can't reply to him. He disabled the comments. And luckily I was able to pull this up because my comment accidentally deleted on another page, but I was able to somehow access it through my email, which brought me up to a previous page, which is nice. But yeah, this is something I get a lot, especially on Quora.com. How people deny that they believe things, even though the definitions they present and then the examples they give, like believing his doctor, trusting his doctor, and that believe means trust or have confidence in. So, yeah. But I'm going to end this here. I think I went over all this before in the past, why God allows suffering. If not, I can do another video on it. But we'll see. I do want to, maybe I'll make another video on, I went to my YouTube channel. First, one of these without the stars. The stars next to these chapters means I covered them already. But yeah, I have a few more to go on. Romans 11 is going to be fun. Galatians 5 will be nice. 1 Corinthians 10 I'm looking forward to. But we'll take it from there. Alright, this video is getting longer than I wanted. So, alright. Toodles.